In this video, I'm going to show you guys my top 10 favorite cards from the new Pokemon card set, Twilight Masquerade. Just a reminder, this is an art appreciation video. These are the cards that I personally like from the set, not cards that I think you should buy to make money from the set. Make sure you guys let me know in the comments below what your favorite cards are from the set, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button while you're down there. Let's go into the top 10. My number 10 favorite card in the set is this Watchog. There's multiple reasons why this hit number 10 on the list, and one of the reasons is because this is a Mitsuhiro Arita card, the absolute goat of Pokemon illustrators, and once again he knocks it out of the park. I'm always a huge fan of when Pokemon are put into scenarios, like practical scenarios that you would see, in this case, a bird or something of that species actually do. Obviously in the wild we see birds that dive into water to grab fish, and clearly this is a group of Watchog that are hunting, and this is a really cool depiction of that, with all of the Watchogs diving into the water, and then the one in the foreground about to use a Thundershock on some Magikarp. What a perfect hunting tool. Just being able to put a lightning rod in the ground and have all the fish float to the surface. Absolute badass. Really cool depiction here. Also like the use of the foreground, middle ground, and background. Pokemon illustrators are getting so good at putting different details within the different depths of the artwork, and we're going to see that a lot going forward in this top 10. Number 9 is this Chimecho, and once again, like I said, we see the depth of the foreground, middle ground, background. I love that the foreground and background are out of focus, really putting the emphasis on the Chimecho here, and I really love the idea that Chimecho is blending in with the things that he was obviously based off of, which are the lanterns that are hung like outside of shops or on people's porches. It's a really nice depiction here. I really like the artwork, a lot of detail, and I particularly like the lighting in this. It's very bright, it's very vibrant. You still completely understand what's going on in the artwork. It's not like it's super busy or everything is too blurry that you can't see. It's just a really nice depiction of a Pokemon that honestly I'm not a huge fan of. Chimecho is not really up there in terms of Pokemon that I like from that particular gen, but I like it in the context of this particular card artwork. I think they did a really good job. So number 8 and number 7 are actually tandem cards. So they are cards that play really well off each other because they're literally cards from different perspective of the same scenario. So this one we have the Hisuian Growlithe, and honestly in terms of Growliths, I think the Hisuian Growlithe is the worst one. There's only 2, but honestly the Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine, I like them, but the thing that doesn't make any sense to me is the horn. If you just got rid of the horn, I feel like the design of Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine would look a lot better. I don't know why we just placed a random little horn on their head. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But this tandem artwork is really cool because, as you can see, Arcanine has its paws on someone's legs, right? And obviously there is a nice like downward facing angle of whatever picture is being taken, and we know that it's a picture being taken because it is this Perrin artwork that is paired up with that Growlithe. And you're probably thinking, well, we don't see Growlithe in this image, right? How do you know that it is a paired artwork? Well, if you look in the lens of the camera, you can see Growlithe's little face staring back. And I think that is an amazing little detail here to kind of pair up 2 of the Secret Rare artworks in a way that really makes sense and is super cute. We're actually going to see maybe another combination artwork later on in this top 10 as well, but this was a great depiction of a combination artwork and really nice little detail of that Growlithe in the lens. Number 6 is this Froslass. Froslass is probably my favorite ice type Pokemon, probably my second favorite ghost type Pokemon behind Banette. I really like Froslass a lot, and I really like this depiction in this artwork of just this Froslass like just chilling around inside this house. You can see that it is night. You can see the moon in the background there. You can see the tree. You can also see that it's kind of snowing. You have these snowflakes in different areas of the card. You can see that big one out of focus in the foreground, and you can see them kind of go back and get further in focus as it gets closer to the Froslass. Again, another great use of foreground, middle ground, background, and such a creepy depiction of Froslass. Can you imagine being in the world of Pokemon and someone sleeping there on that bed, and there's just a random ghost Pokemon, ghost Froslass, just chilling around, like sulking around your house for whatever reason? It would be terrifying, honestly. But I really like Froslass, my favorite ice type Pokemon, second favorite ghost type Pokemon, and this is a really cool artwork and depiction of that Pokemon, in my opinion. The number 4 and 5 cards on this list are, again, kind of tandem artworks. You'll see what I mean in a second, but the first one here is the Kieran. I actually didn't know the name of these characters because I haven't actually played all the way through Scarlet and Violet, and I haven't played, I think, the DLC where these characters actually show up. But I really like this artwork because obviously it's very reminiscent of like a Japanese festival. I've been to Japan where multiple festivals are going on. You can see all the different stalls and things. In this one in particular, people are wearing masks. You can see there are quite a few of the Ogre Pond masks on people. There's kind of a creepy dude standing in the background, actually. That's kind of unsettling. But you can also see that there are some kids and some other people wearing Pikachu masks. It's just a really cool depiction of a Japanese festival where you can buy all these sorts of different treats and street food and all that awesome stuff. So in this, you get the character Kieran. Obviously, they have an Ogre Pond mask on the side. My mascot actually has not an Ogre Pond mask, but a mask hanging off the side of him as well. And it looks like they have purchased some candy apples and they're just enjoying the festival, and I really like that. Now, I say that it's a tandem artwork because actually the number 4 card on the list is the Carmine artwork. So the Carmine artwork, again, very festival oriented. You can see all the lights in the background, it's super colorful. The use of focus obviously brings the character forward as well. But yeah, really like colorful cards. They're offering us a little bit of a taste of their festival food that looks delicious, honestly. I would love to chow down on some of those noodles with that egg on top. Ooh, that looks delicious. But it looks like they're both at a similar stall because they both have purchased the candy apples. That's why I kind of put them in a tandem artwork. So this card in particular, I like a little bit better just because of the emphasis on the actual character. There's a lot less going on. There's a lot less kind of moving your eye around the card. I do like cards that are busy, kind of busier, I would say, but more detailed. So I do really like this particular card because there is a lot of stuff you can look at. You get more of the festival feel. You get to see more of the food in the foreground and the people of the festival. But this one's just really nice because it has that, just that angelic sort of feel with the light outline, the pulled focus. It's just a really nice looking shot that looks like it could have come straight out of an anime. Number 3 card on my top 10 list is the Infernape. So this Infernape is super sick. It actually reminds me a lot of the Lucario, kind of that super close up face shot of Lucario looking badass that came out in the ETB of Crown Zenith, I think. That was a really cool artwork. I feel like they gave Infernape kind of a similar treatment here. Super close up, super badass looking. There's fire everywhere. And yeah, Infernape, one of the best fire starter final evolutions, apart from Charizard, of course, but Infernape is definitely probably my second favorite of the final evolutions of the fire starters in any of the games. And I love seeing him get this badass treatment. If you go back to different Infernape cards, Infernape has had some badass artworks and got a really awesome treatment here, looking like he's about to flame wheel your face off. I really like this one a lot. My number 2 favorite artwork in the set is, of course, the Eevee card. How can you have so many cute freaking Eevees on one card and not have it show up in the top 10 list somewhere? And it's so high because I really like Eevee. And look, there's like 8 Eevees on that freaking card. It is so adorable. And each one is doing something different. You've got the one kind of cheesing for the camera. You've got the one creating mischief on the back of the chair. You've got the one being cute by the flowers. You've got the one sleeping. You've got the one trying to get into the coffee like my cat's trying to. You got the one playing with the little stuffed animal. It's just adorable. I love it. It's such a soft artwork. It's like, I don't know, there's something really nice about it. I don't know if it's color pencil or like watercolor or how they did this in particular, but I really like the lighting coming through the window as well, adding some depth to the artwork. It's just so freaking adorable, and Eevee is so cute. Definitely deserved to be number 2 on this list. But what is number 1? Let's take a look. The number 1 artwork on my top 10 list, you might have guessed it, is the Greninja EX. I do believe it's probably going to be the pull people are going to be looking for from this set, especially in English. It's that sleeper Pokemon from X and Y that is really popular because of the time that it had in the anime and Ash's Greninja and the connection that people have to that. This is the Pokemon that I feel like could, you know, rise up in the future as being a really kind of expensive Pokemon when it comes to cards, like really sought after, kind of like a Gengar or a Pokemon of that nature because of young people's connection to it. I love this. The design of Greninja's always been amazing. I love that he is a ninja frog that also has his scarf is literally his tongue. Like, what a cool design that they had for this Pokemon when it first came out. And on top of that, this artwork, yes, it's a little chaotic. I know a lot of people have been saying, oh, it's so busy. You know, people shitting on kind of the busy artworks. It's not necessarily that it's busy, in my opinion. It just has so much detail to it. And you don't lose Greninja in the artwork. I think occasionally cards can be so busy that you actually lose the Pokemon in the artwork. But this one, I love all the colors in it. I love that Greninja is kind of sitting on almost like a throne. And it actually makes the hat kind of make sense. Now, a lot of the hat is actually hidden, thank God, because the hats are terrible, and it's the worst part of this card is that there is a hat on Greninja, period. But it almost looks like he has a crown on, and that he's like the king of Greninjas, and that he's like sitting on his throne, you know? It's kind of interesting in that way, and I actually really like the use of kind of the crown looking hat, but hiding the rest of it because the rest of it's just stupid, right? Also, if you let your eyes kind of explore the card, you can see that there are multiple shuriken coming out, the throwing stars coming out from whatever attack he happens to be doing in this card artwork. It's just badass. It's super cool. It's one of the better artworks of Greninja. I will say that there is an amazing artwork of Greninja coming out as a promo in the next set that has kind of a cool Japanese woodblock design to it. That's also going to be an amazing Greninja artwork. So Greninja's getting some love in the next couple sets, which is really awesome because Greninja is a great Pokemon. That is why he is my #1 Pokemon from Twilight Masquerade. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below, and make sure to let me know in the comments which card is your favorite from Twilight Masquerade. Which one are you most excited to pull?